given as a separate block. This is the separate block I have defined. Then you should see declaration has without return value means the data type of the function should be void. Without arguments means function parenthesis should be simply empty, no input, no input. I am not going to pass anything. So in the main, the purpose of the function is to calculate the sum of two functions. So inside main function, I don't have any declaration, nothing, no input, no output. Simply calling this function. You know that what happens on function call when you see when the program say main function simply prints this, then it comes here. The control comes to this main function definition. So there is no input, simply the first statement, second statement, third statement, fourth statement all will execute. Declaration of two numbers, these are local variables A and B. A gets a container, B gets a container. So we have a scanf statement. Suppose I am entering 10 and 20. Sum is A plus B. I am actually outputting the result also inside this one because I have no way to take the result back to main function. I cannot. So I am printing the result also inside the main function. So taking the input from the user, giving the output to the user, everything should be done inside some function. So that is the way without arguments and without return value manipulating or making a function. So this is the easiest way to do the function. If there is no input to be passed, no output to be received back, we want to do something inside the function, we can depend on this mode, function without argument, without return value, because this is going to be the simplest. Void, name of the function, then parenthesis, semicolon. Similarly for definition, name of the function, semicolon, do take all the input from the user using ampersand A, ampersand B and so on, do the purpose and simply print the result to the user or close the function. Done. Everything can be done inside the function. Okay. So that is how function without argument is working. So next is with argument and argument. That is, we want an output. So we want some input for the function to work with the return value. So this causes both of them. I need input for the function to work as well as I want to give the result back to the function. So I am again saying, so we are using the third example here. The same example is used for doing another category of functions. Input is there and the output should be returned. Okay, I am coming to the first part where we have to do declaration. You can see whatever is the output, that data type should be there, name of the function, input should not be empty, at least one input should be passed. If we sum up the numbers, two numbers should be passed. And inside main function, we have function call. This is function call. Function call should be designed according to this function declaration. That is, the name should be sum, two numbers should be passed, 2, 3. I am passing two constants. Then it is expecting a result because in declaration I said I am returning an integer value. That's why the return type here is integer. So I must get it into some integer value. Okay. I am just giving another example. Inside here you can see S is declared. This is an empty variable to which S. So this function call is wrong here. I'm sorry. We have scanned the two numbers A, assume 2, B, assume 3. I have read through the scanf statement. Means S is equal to sum of A, B is going to be the function call because it should match with the input arguments. The two number of arguments are passed and the output is expected. So these are all integer variables. Integer variables are passed. The variables should have some value. Before making the function call, we must make sure there is something in it. Okay. So this is the wrong statement. This is the correct function. Now, when seeing this function call, it is transferring the control to the function definition part. So this is the defined function where it should exactly match with the declaration. So the data type, the name of the function, then the number of parameters I have declared. So there are two integer variables, but in formal declaration there should be x and y, the name of the variable, because we are going to use it inside. Then what we are expecting back? We are expecting a result of the sum of two numbers. So we can process it. Maybe we can do it in another variable like int sum. Okay. Then sum is equal to x plus y. Then you can return it with return sum like that. Okay, so this is the format of the second category of functions, function with arguments and with return value. The third category of function is without argument and with return value. That states that we need not to pass any input. The input can be directly taken from the user, but we are expecting an output to back to the main function. So this is the third category. In third category, you can see the function declaration is this way. We are expecting a result back because the function. So the function declaration should have a data type integer. I am expecting a result back. If it can be always integer, it can be floating point, double, long, according to the work we are doing. This is to find the area of a square. So I am going to make the area as square of the side of the square. 3. The input will be taken as the side of the square and the result returned will be the square. Okay, so here we are not passing any input. The parentheses are empty and the outcome is integer value because the result input taken is integer value. So here I am declaring an integer variable in area is equal to square. Okay, I am not passing anything. This will take the control to the function definition. No input is taken back, no formal arguments, no actual arguments, but we are expecting integer value of result. So this should be integer. Another correction. It should match with whatever return type we have declared in the function. Here also it should be integer. It should be integer. I am taking the result. It is D. I am reading one side, then returning square of the side as the result. This return will take the control back to the function call where we started, and it will assign the result to the left hand side variable. So the area is going to be the result we are processing here. This is the third category of functions. Next is fourth category of functions. What is going to be with arguments? I want some input to the function code. Next is the result without return value. There is no output I am expecting. Output will be printed in the function. This is the function declaration. No output means it should be void. Space the function name. Then how many inputs I want? Then you can do it for how many number of inputs I want. Here the program is to find the average of 5 numbers A, B, C, D, all are declared and all have been read because I am expecting input inside main function itself. I should get those inputs from the user. Then in the function call, this is the function call. In function call, I will pass all the input to the function. Okay, so this is function call. It takes the control here, and A will be copied to formal argument, B will be copied to formal argument, C will be copied to formal argument C. It need not be A, B, C, D, E. It can be another separate it can be actual argument names and formal argument names need not match, and it is okay if this both are same. Okay. Now A, B, C, D, E, F, E gets the values that we have passed in the main function, and it is going to be processed with the help of statements and arithmetic expression, and we are not expecting any result back, so we are going to include in the function called function definition itself. So if we want to pass some input, this parameter is going to be taken care. So parameter, I hope that formula is familiar to you now. We can either use the name argument or parameter. Next, without argument means it is very easy. We just need to give void, but whatever output we are processing, it should be taken care inside the function definition. Okay? So that's the last type of function. Now we have few of the examples in the slide that has been given. Further examples. This is another example. I have already discussed one example for each aspect of the function. So these are additional programs and functions. Convert decimal number to binary number. go through these additional programs given in this slide, and also in ESLM we have a lot of programs. Please do refer to those programs, and I am just summarizing this unit by this unit by just saying about function aspects and function elements. Function has 3 elements: function, declaration, second is function definition, third is function call. Function declaration is to let the compiler know that I am going to use a function in the main function. So this is the simplest form: data type, output expected, input I am going to pass, and name of the function followed by semicolon. Very much similar to data type variable declaration, except that we have separate parameters and the input. Okay, then function definition have title exactly, but it should have a formal variable. It should have a container to get the input value. So we pass something which should be taken care by this variable x in y. Okay? Then inside curly braces, whatever we want to do inside function, that should be mentioned. Function call comes inside main function only, and it is like simply name of the function followed by the actual values. So you can give constants or variables or even expressions you can give, but exactly it should match the number of arguments 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, if you have given 2 integers in the declaration, in formal argument set you have to give 2 inputs. Here also in input, correct input, action arguments, 2 correct inputs should be given. Then otherwise it will result in a syntax. Okay. Then also in the left hand side, this is integer, this is integer. So this variable also should be integer. This type also should be equal in all of them. Same, not equal, same in all of them. So this is also to be taken care. That should be same, otherwise it will result in a syntax error. I am winding up the session by summarizing the topics. So we have seen functions which will divide the entire program into smaller subprograms into reusable modules. If we are going to use the part of the program multiple times, we have to define it as a function for easier writing, debugging, and maintenance. Also, they support parameter forms and return values. We have seen different options: without arguments, with arguments, without return values, with return values. And we saw there are 2 types of functions. We have built-in functions which are already defined in header files. We have to simply include the header file, then directly. Then it is user-defined function with its sole responsibility of the user to define, declare, and use them repeatedly if this needed. And it improves the overall program efficiency. So I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any question, you can ask.
Yes, madam. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any software
Your voice
that you
is
are
not
using?
clear. Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking, is there any software that we can use to run this function, like a Google Colab? Or
Okay.
is there any software
Yes,
that we need to use? Any software?
No. Can you please repeat the question?
Okay. My question is this.
No.
Because you taught us about the function today. It's about the function. You talk about define and call. So if we are to run this program, is there any
Without
software?
function also we can do the